This is Look Who's Talking.
Welcome to the first episode of Look Who's Talking with Zach and Zach. What's going on, Zach?
It's a legendary moment out here. October 1st, 2019, Zach. I could not be more amped to get this story going.
We're in the middle of Austin, Texas, shooting our first, I guess, recording. You're not shooting, but getting after our first podcast here.
Yep.
Happy to be here.
Yep.
We look official. If you were here in the room right now,
I mean, we got golden mics. I mean, it's a special time to be a part of the Look Who's Talking podcast, and we're excited for y'all to join on this journey.
Exactly. I'll let my boy ZB or the other Zach introduce himself.
Yep. Well, we're going to give a little intro to ourselves, but just to give some background on myself, my name's Zach Bogoshian, from Scottsdale, Arizona, and went to Pinnacle High School, where I was a 3-year high school basketball player. Not 1 year did I play varsity basketball. So a junior on JV, comparisons to Goran Dragic. I won't say it. It is true, but went to Arizona State University for 2.5 years, student manager under Herb Sendek, then Bobby Hurley. Saw some crazy things. Did players get paid? I don't know. Transferred to Texas Tech, where I saw the beginning of a critical era in the Chris Beard time frame. And then, I'm here in Austin, Texas now as a salesman with my partner here, Zach. Take it away, man. No,
that's where we met. That's where the inception of the idea came. Was we are both work downtown Austin, both salesmen. I am from a small town called Kerrville, Texas. You might know of it. It's in the hill country. I grew up, went to Tybee High School. Tybee High School, there's not much to be known for, but a little guy by the name of Johnny Manziel was one of my classmates. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a flex.
Exactly. Gives me credibility to basically talk on, and be the quarterback whisperer. Just gives me so much credibility. But anyways, from Kerrville, went to Tybee. Then I went to the University of Texas. I'm a diehard UT fan, as you'll come to find out if you listen to our podcast.
Yep.
But graduated from UT. Went to UT during the Charlie Strong or the Smart and Strong era, which is just absolutely brutal.
And Texas is back.
Just the 18-wheeler package, Tyrone swoops, anything you want. Just absolutely abysmal football, abysmal basketball. But you know what? We've got the Herminator, Tom Herman back. We've got the right guy in place. But happy to have you guys along for the journey, and happy to be here. So
time to make it happen.
Yeah. With that being said, we're gonna jump into a little bit of a weekend recap.
Yes. We had some good football, folks. Some NFL, some college football.
Yeah.
I mean, let's dive right in, Zach. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Start it off.
Yeah. No. So let's talk about our first topic here. Gardner Minshew and the Jags. Call him Minshew Magic, the Min Show.
The Jockstrap King. I mean, my goodness. This guy is incredible. Yeah. Washington State grad, quarterback whisperer under Mike Leach. I mean, the guy was actually going to be a grad assistant at Alabama. And then my guy just decided to be the starting quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's got the team at 2-2. Flying high into week 5.
No, they look great. Even the play where he's literally ad-libbing and he looks like Brett Favre. The touchdown in the back of the end zone on the left side? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Where he literally juked like 6 dudes. and it's like, how is this guy already a legend? And he's played, 4 football games?
Yeah, 4 football games. Nick Foles injured. Jacksonville fans, do not be afraid. He's back, folks. We're good. But here's the real question, Zach. Is he the rookie of the year through 4 weeks?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, if you look at just who the guy is and you hear these stories coming out, I mean, you already alluded to this guy.
A fan favorite.
Yeah, this guy stretches in his jock strap. He's got the story about him banging on his hand with a hammer to try to get a
medical renter. I mean.
I'm all on board with this guy.
I'm about it.
I love him. The Jags, they've always played great defense.
Yep.
You give a competent quarterback the reins, I think they'll be fine going forward.
I agree. This team's one to look out for, an exciting team as well. But let's dive into what I would call the game of the week. Sunday night, a showdown between the Cowboys and the Drew Brees-less Saints. What a game out there in New Orleans, man.
No, I think And I think this is the first true test for the Cowboys, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. You're a Cowboys fan yourself. I mean, it had to be tough
yeah.
to see, man.
Being from Kerrville, I've got no real allegiance. I follow Houston. I like Deshaun Watson. Some call him Michael Jordan. I don't know.
Oh man.
I don't know about that, but no, I'm a big Dak fan, big Cowboys fan, and I think when you look at that team and playing against the Saints team, and you get a first look at Kellen Moore and what he looks like against a competent defense, right?
Yeah. I mean, Pro Football Focus had Kellen Moore as the top offensive coordinator so far through 4 weeks. If week 5 was anything, I don't think he's going to be it through the next 4. So
yeah, no,
it'll be interesting. But I mean, Prescott is the guy worth the big contract. I think Jerry knows what he's doing right now. I'm not going to judge him off one game. He's been incredible through 4 weeks. But you know, the guy's got the first test. We're going to get a big X. Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, you know, who's going to be a big guy to get back in the next week or two is Michael Gallup, the deep threat.
Take the top off.
Take the top off of the defense. I mean, it's going to be incredible to watch. I have him in fantasy. I'm excited to get him back in the flex position for the freaking Kingsbury.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, anytime you have a guy that can take off the top, and they struggled with, you could see, you know, they struggled to run the football. They struggled to really, you know, get anything down the field, and it showed with, I think Zeke had 35 rushing or something.
Yeah,
something
not good. Not
something
good.
ridiculous. But you know, and I, you know, I'm gonna agree with you here. I don't think you can really, you know, write them off after one game.
I'm with you. Here's my final piece of advice: is the Cowboys are the best team in the NFC. I still am gonna stick to it. I am just in love with the linebacking core. I mean, Jalen Smith, you got the grandpa Sean Lee, and you got just maybe the most passionate player I've ever seen in Leighton Vander Esch. That dude would die for his team, and I mean, it is a blast to watch that group of that corpse right there.
Well, look, true testament to those guys building through the draft.
Oh, absolutely.
You look at a risk of Jalen Smith, a guy that basically had one leg after.
I'm from Arizona, man. That hurt from my house. Yeah, that was a tough injury.
So you know, you can say a lot of stuff about Jerry Jones. Is the guy actually crazy, or you know, whatever can be said about ownership over there? But those guys have built through the draft. They built their O-line.
Talented.
So,
let's move on to.
I love it.
You know, a guy that might be in the Hall of Fame if he stopped playing football today, and he's been in the league for 2 years. His name is Patrick Mahomes. He's a Texas Tech Red Raider, folks. I couldn't be more proud of him.
Said like a true homer.
Hey, also, we got to give a quick introduction to my guy out here. We got producer Sam. He's also on this journey with us. My brother-in-law, quite the guy, and he's the method to this madness here.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Sam, tell us about favorite teams, background. Give us a little scoop.
Yeah, little old Sam grew up in California in the Bay Area, and through about 5 seasons of Excel soccer, I moved on to 3 years of comp league soccer for the county team.
There you go.
I had a great coach by the name of Albert Reyes, who was from Belize and didn't speak any English.
Did the language barrier get to you?
No, he spoke with his feet and with the whistle primarily. And then moved on to the great state of Texas after moving in high school, and played a little bit of football, but I soon moved into the sport of ultimate, where I fell in love with
Ultimate frisbee takes coming. I don't know. Hot take. Get ready. Set ourselves apart here.
It is the slept-on sport of the country right now. Played competitively for 5 years in college, where I also went to Texas Tech, and have a big heart for my homie and Patrick. To answer your question, yes, he would absolutely be in the Hall of Fame if he stopped playing right now.
That leads us into Mr. Mahomes.
Some people think it's debatable.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's incredible. Give us your take, Zach. Give us a little take here.
So Mahomes, right? You've got a guy that can just do absolutely anything with the football. He's ad-libbing a bunch of these throws. I mean, for God's sakes, he missed Travis Kelce by about 4 feet on a no-look pass for a touchdown. It's just like, why would you do that?
Just look at the man.
Why would you do that? Just go ahead and look and complete the pass for a touchdown. But, you know, that's just what you're going to get. And what I've heard through my sources, you've got you've got Andy Reid, a guy that's just a great people person. He's going to sit down with Patrick. He's going to let him do his damn thing.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it's kind of the perfect marriage, so to speak, when you've got a guy that's out there that's literally ad-libbing a bunch of stuff. You're not trying to control what he's doing, and you just haven't seen what would you call him a mixture of? I mean, who would you compare him to?
The comparisons out of college were immediately Brett Favre, and you can get a little bit of that.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy doesn't
bigger,
turn the ball over.
More athletic.
The guy does not turn the ball over. 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards throwing. It's incredible. Runs in the pocket, throws the ball wherever you want. I mean, you get him on the quick slant, you get him at the freaking deep ball. It doesn't even matter.
Right, and I think something to be said about these young quarterbacks and like kind of the class with Dak and Patrick Mahomes and Jared Goff is like the leadership qualities of these guys. Like Dak, I think, has great leadership qualities. I think Mahomes has the same thing. I saw a blurb of him on the final drive.
At the Detroit game.
Yeah, at the Detroit game. And
yes.
He's literally rallying his guys.
Changed my mind about Patrick Mahomes' leadership ability.
Right.
I never saw that, and you're seeing it. And it is incredible to watch. I mean, the guy's the whole package. $200 million contract coming his way.
If you tell me this, I guess if you take his weapons away and take, because they've got a lot of speed, right? I know Tyreek Hill isn't playing right now, but he got weapons all over the place. If you put him in a situation where he doesn't have the support of Andy Reid and doesn't have all those weapons, is he going to be as successful as he is?
So you're talking about if he's in Arizona with Steve Wilkes and Mike McCoy as the offensive
exactly, and he's got no O-line.
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. It's a great question. You could ask that about a lot of those big time quarterbacks, but weapons wise, I mean, you got Kelsey and you got Tyreek Hill, but are you telling me Mecole Hardman is legitimately a threat? Are you telling me that man is a weapon? Are you telling me that Damian Williams? I've never even heard about this guy before Patrick Mahomes came on. LaShawn McCoy is damn near 45 years old, and the dude is putting up 100 yards a game, total all-purpose. I mean, in my opinion, this man, Patrick Mahomes, is creating jobs for men around him, not reaping the benefits, some would say.
No. Food for thought.
Food for thought, indeed.
I agree with what you're saying.
Come on, man. This guy's the MVP through 4 weeks, and he's going to be the MVP. Bold take. Mark it down there.
Let's refer to our stats guru here. When is the last time we've had a back-to-back MVP? Do we know? In this room? In the NFL?
Back-to-back MVP in the NFL?
Steve Nash. Wait,
Producer Sam.
I don't know.
Steve Nash.
My thought goes to Peyton Manning, but I don't think he went back-to-back.
I think he might have gone 1 year, one off.
Well, you know what? We're going to find this out in the next pod.
We're going to find it
We got you guys. Don't worry.
We'll talk to you next week. Switching gears to a guy that has been literally, maybe you could call it living in the shadow of a couple of these quarterbacks. A guy
that's an understatement, my friend.
Call him the $100 million man. Call him what could have been Captain Kirk, and now he's just Slump Kirk.
What is he now? I don't even know. I mean, I saw a video of Adam Thielen going at this man, and what would call it a roast session. Might as well put this man on MTV. Like, it is incredible.
ZB, tell me about Kirk Cousins and what is wrong with him.
I honestly don't know, Zach. I watched that Bears game. The
man
man
tough
cannot
to watch.
throw it 10 yards. I mean, it's tough to watch. There has to be something wrong. I don't know if I know he's a married man. Is something going on in the background? It's what you've got to ask. It's a question you have to ask.
No, I know.
But Stephon Diggs reportedly asking out. Adam Thielen upset on the sidelines. Dalvin Cook, he's having a great year. But, I mean, you got to keep your receivers happy. And this man, Kirk Cousins, quite frankly, looks like my brother-in-law's dog shit.
Well, you're playing against a Chicago team. Yeah, I mean, that's a great comparison.
My brother-in-law is producer Sam.
Literally, a piece of small dog shit and Kirk Cousins. Great comparison. But if you're a Vikes fan and you see Chase Daniel coming off the sideline, you're like, oh, this is a guaranteed
mark it down in the W section.
W. And then you look up and you can't throw the ball more than 10 yards. and you have Adam Thielen, like you said, you're missing on deep balls.
You got Diggs.
You've got weapons.
You got Rudolph. You got
Exactly.
Irv Smith, the rookie out of Alabama.
You have to be extremely disappointed in where Kirk Cousins, I don't know even know if you call it progression, but where he's at in his career. You alluded to it. Is something going on upstairs? Is something going on in the home life?
We don't know. The man
this
needs
dude
help.
looks uncomfortable.
Did he have his fourth child and it's really putting a bear on him? I don't know. But we'll figure it out. All I know is Vikings fans, you're in trouble.
Moving on to what some would call the best, segment of our first pod is something called with Look Who's Talking. It's Are They Good? Are they good? And our first topic is one man by the name of Trevor Lawrence.
God.
Is Trevor Lawrence even that good?
We don't know. We don't know. All I'm gonna say is I love this guy. This guy is amazing. I mean, you see this, hear this guy give interviews. I am all about him. Is the man turning the ball over? Yeah, he's turned it over a couple times. Is he not putting up the stats that we thought he would as a Heisman quarterback? No, he's quite frankly not. Tua Tagovailoa has taken over his spot in the Heisman section. But let me tell you, Lawrence, the hair, the appeal, the just the background. This man is the first pick in the draft in 2 years.
I wouldn't go that far. I think you catch. Everyone's talking about lightning in a bottle. This guy's the best prospect that we've ever seen. Next to Peyton Manning coming out of college, but just unproven, untested. Here we are, sophomore year. A lot of things can happen before that draft.
Zach. Let me tell you. Did you watch that national championship game?
I did. And
I saw Trevor Lawrence, a true freshman, and Justin Ross, a true freshman, out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, just shredding.
Ross is a stud.
Shredding him. I mean, that game right there, I don't need to see anything else. That is the first pick in the draft in the 2021 draft.
Let me tell you this.
Should be 2020.
Catch the full body of work. Clemson isn't going to play. They will end the season without playing a ranked opponent. So just remember that. Without a win against a ranked opponent, look at his full body of work, and then we'll talk.
Is the Pac-12 better than the ACC?
Oh.
This is a real question. Wow. That's how the ACC is not in good shape.
Yeah, it's not in great shape.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't know. To be discussed. We'll have to see the full body of work. Another guy in this segment, we're going to catch a lot of people, maybe ruffle some feathers. Are they good? Baker Mayfield.
It's a hot name you're putting out here in Austin, Texas, the hometown kid.
Blake Travis guy.
Oh, man. Producer Sam, actually, give us some insight on Baker Mayfield. You went to high school with him.
Oh, buzzword. Blake Travis. Yeah, I went to high school with him. Didn't have a lot of interactions with him. From what I could tell, he was actually someone who wasn't like a particularly loud athlete. He was undersized. He didn't start in middle school.
He did not start in middle school.
He didn't start in middle school.
You have to start cooking until high school, it sounds like.
And so he always was undersized. I mean, he always had like a good, brain between his ears, and he always knew the right decisions. But physically, he was never that athlete that you could look to and assume that he was going to be taking over the starting role.
I don't want to throw it out again. I just don't want to do it to y'all. He had a really solid rookie year. The man got married, and now look at him. And I have a wife, a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful house, and it has not been that way for me. But this man, Baker Mayfield, I mean, what is going on?
He no longer became the underdog, right? And so that chip off his shoulder became something more of a distraction, and he started to get – I mean, look at all of the ads that he's in. Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. I'm sure we'll see more Thursday. They're everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think one thing about Baker and just what has happened and accumulated in the off seasons in terms of the talent that they have around and the expectations that fall onto your shoulders when you bring in a guy like OBJ.
Yeah. And you got Jarvis Landry, you got Chubb, right. You get Kareem Hunt.
And the expectations are, why isn't your offense putting up,
And you blame the quarterback.
35 a game.
You blame the quarterback. But here's the thing. I think I'm putting the blame on Freddie Soup Kitchens, the head coach, instead of Baker Mayfield.
You don't like the play calling?
I'm not a fan of Soup Kitchens. He just doesn't understand. Run the ball, run it up the gut, and let Mayfield get the ball out of his hands quick. We're doing too much of too much of these deep balls to OBJ. Let's quit that. Let's get some screen passes. Let's get some freaking quick slants and let OBJ and Jarvis use their speed. But overall, Mayfield, he's a good player. He's just having a rough start to the second year.
And I think as producer Sam alluded to, the guy's undersized. There's not many. You look at the guys that have done it that are undersized. Russell Wilson, Drew Brees. Like, these guys are phenomenal quarterbacks,
arm
phenomenal
next level.
individuals. Like,
IQ, incredible.
You truly have some big shoes to fill, and I think the jury's still out. I don't personally. I think he's going to be trash.
He's been going at your boy Sam Ehlinger.
Yeah, I think he's going to be trash. Spend some more time. Producer Sam alluded to it too. Get out from under the freaking camera. Maybe throw some routes to OBJ instead of talking about my boy Sam Ehlinger.
Call him out. Put him on the hot seat.
Instead of talking about my boy Sam Ehlinger.
I think a perfect example, right, is you look at what the offseason can do to someone. You look at where Lamar Jackson ended the season last year. You look at where Baker Mayfield ended the season last year.
Who's progressing?
Who is better right now? Who would you rather have? The answer isn't difficult, right?
Wow.
And you would not have thought that if you were to go back to last season.
No, you're
absolutely
right.
not.
You're right.
I
don't know.
My roommate took the under on Ravens wins 8.5. Thought it was the lock of the year, and then Lamar Jackson comes out and, as you alluded to, just made these crazy progressions in the offseason.
Pretty good for a running back.
As he would say himself.
And I quote the man himself. I love the humility out of Lamar Jackson.
No, let's keep it in the segment.
Let me bring up one more. This is one that I brought up to Zach and Sam, and is Michigan football? Are they good? Are they good? It might seem easy from an outsider's. No,
they look like trash.
Zach was not a fan of this take, but let me tell you, this team was the 6th-ranked team preseason coming into the season. They're now ranked number 20, so they're a top 20 program regardless. They have a quarterback, Shea Patterson, who is a 5-star guy out of Ole Miss, once committed to the University of Arizona, went to Ole Miss, transferred to Michigan. The kid's talented. They bring in a new offensive coordinator to kind of spice it up and go to the spread offense, try to do the Sean McVay. I don't know. The guy might have touched Sean McVay in the offseason because the offense looks like doo-doo right now. It is really bad. It is really, really bad. Now, at the same time, 3 back-to-back top 10 classes coming in. Michigan football, it is supposed to be better than this, Zach. You lose to Wisconsin 35-14.
That's embarrassing.
Harbaugh can't win the big one.
It's embarrassing. It might be. I allude to my years at Texas watching the great Charlie Strong.
Tough going back in time.
And you're at, let me tell you, the trip down memory lane, and it was some bad memories.
Oh man.
And you look at a guy that's come in. Of course, a Harbaugh, that's a better hire than a Charlie Strong, and he's going to come in with a little more firepower, but. You're at a big-time program, and you're just underachieving. You are just underachieving. You can't beat Ohio State.
No,
you can't win
Wisconsin.
Any of the games on the big stage. You have a great opportunity against Wisconsin this year, and you just literally you falter in front of thousands. So the IMG Academy. I don't like it. I don't like Shea Patterson. I don't like Kellen Mond, Shea Patterson. Anyone that's come out of there, I think they're overrated. I think they're trash.
And they go
so
they go immediately. They go immediately to the preseason. They're going to the SEC commentators. They're going to the news, and they're saying, I'm the top dog in the conference.
Shea Patterson wore number 20 at Ole Miss.
Can you
name a quarterback that has worn a higher than a 18? Please tell me a quarterback that you have seen who has the audacity.
Can't name one.
Who has the audacity?
What kind of man is this?
And then you throw it in the dirt every time I see you at Michigan. It looks like they're in shambles. But what you have to do is recruiting classes, and you've alluded to it. So maybe they're on their way back.
We'll see. But Michigan fans don't have the patience. Let me tell you.
Harbaugh's on a short leash.
They're ready to get there. So we'll see. We'll see. It'll be an interesting rest of the year for the Wolverines, who come in at 4-1 with a huge loss to Wisconsin.
Huge test coming up.
Iowa, the Hawkeyes.
Look out!
Uh-oh.
Huge test.
Those guys know to win a close one.
No, to close out are they good section. Let's talk about Dak Prescott. America's quarterback. The fan favorite. Wasn't supposed to be in this position.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wasn't supposed
Don't tell
to
me
be
this man is
here.
bad.
It's Tony Romo. It's all. Is he even that good? Is he that good? Are you ready to back up the Brinks truck for Dak Prescott?
Well, let me tell you. Just how the Boston Celtics weren't ready to give it to Isaiah Thomas, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys are not ready to give it to Dak Prescott. This man was offered a reportedly $30 million contract a year, and he said he's worth $40 million. This is a man who just lost Sunday Night Football to Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Two Gloves Bridgewater. Come on now.
Oh no,
My
he went
goodness.
Teddy Two Gloves on us.
Teddy Two Gloves? Come on. You ain't no $40 million man. Okay?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry for all the Cowboys fans out there. It's a shame to see, but Dak will get you guys to 9, maybe 10 wins. The defense is great. You got an amazing running back. You got some good weapons on the outside and the best offensive line in the game. But Dak Prescott is gonna get you 10 maybe.
I think coming from I am a Dallas fan. I watch them. I tune in. I watch a couple games, and I think this guy it's the leadership qualities. It's the behind the scenes stuff. I think if you look at, if you're sitting there and you're watching hours of practice or you're watching him in the game, it's not necessarily, nothing's going to pop off the page at you.
Yeah.
But the behind the scenes stuff and the way he even handled winning the job from Romo, the way he handles the locker room, the way he handled the Zeke contract situation, the guy in a situation with the Cowboys and in the kind of microscope that the Cowboys are under, I think he's your guy. I really do. I think you invest in him. I think you invest in the future. I think with Zeke, Dak, he's shaking his head.
Man, I'm shaking my head. Let me tell you, there was a man that we were
Dallas job is hard.
There was a man that we were just bashing on, Mr. Kirk Cousins. I'm putting Dak Prescott same tier as Kirk Cousins, fellas. God. That's what's happening right here.
I need to get up and leave that room.
As bad as Kirk Cousins is, this man's making $100 million.
What?
It's a
Dak to Kirk.
Yeah, I'm doing the Dak to Kirk. I'm doing it. When this man's up for a contract, Dak is gonna get $100 million, and he's gonna have some poop games like Mr. Cousins. Yeah.
Jeez,
there you go. That's chiming in over there as producer Sam.
Final thought there. I think being the quarterback in Dallas, being a head coach in Dallas, it's just different. It's just a little bit different. You're America's team. The expectations are literally weighing down on your shoulders, and I think he's handled them great. I think Lombardi Trophy is in their future with that, as you alluded to earlier in the pod, that young linebacking crew. You've got the O-line that just bowls people over. You've got Zeke who will put his head down and run you over. Yeah. And I think it's all a factor, but I don't know.
No, you're right. I don't know.
Time will tell with that one, too. Is Dak Prescott even that good?
We'll have to see. But, Zach, I think I like this segment. I like it. Are they good? Well, we might continue this one. We'll have to see, though.
We might bring it back. I don't know.
We might bring it back. I don't know. We're trying things out, people. We're just seeing what's going to work.
What we can look forward to is the weekend. And it's Tuesday right now.
Yes.
Tomorrow's hump day. Thursday doesn't even count. My boy Brandon sent me a Snapchat today, actually.
Yes.
If you made it to Tuesday, are you not at Friday already? Can that not be a true statement? Wednesday's hump day.
Fantasy lineups.
Third day's.
Let's go. It's time.
Let's get it on.
Yes.
Let's get it
We're
on.
almost there, folks. The waiver wire is available and ready. It's time to get ready for some Thursday night football. But we're just gonna run through a couple games real quick, and then we'll end this out. But let's start in college football, Zach. We got Oklahoma, Kansas coming up. What can we expect?
Here, Oklahoma hasn't been tested. Similar to, like I said, against or the Clemsons of the world, Oklahoma hasn't played an opponent that can play peewee football yet. You look at U of H.
How dare you? My Red Raiders?
U of H, terrible. Red Raiders without Kingsbury, without Leach. You're like the Red Raiders without the offense.
Yeah, it's true. And the defense has never been there.
And the defense has never been there. Good. So Oklahoma, Kansas, Les Miles coming into town. What are you going to do? I think the Heisman hype in the Heisman train continues.
Moves on another week
for
and,
Jalen Hurts. What are your
Hurts
thoughts
is-
on Jalen Hurts?
Dude's talented. He's working his way into a potential first-round pick.
Revitalized career.
Dare I say it?
Revitalized
We'll see.
career.
He's revitalizing his career, and it's a beautiful thing to see. But I'm going big. Oklahoma big in this one. Les Miles, first year at Kansas is going to be a rough one. We're seeing that.
Oh, yeah. Took a peek at the spread. If for all my bettors out there, that might be 25 they're giving Oklahoma. Go ahead and take it.
I'll take the over.
They'll smash him by
Let's go.
50.
All right, next game. We got Michigan, Iowa. Big Ten battle. I'm sorry to say it. Is this the end of the Harbaugh era?
I think the seat warms up a lot, Cotton, if they lose this one. I really do. You've already dropped a goose egg against Wisconsin, as you alluded to
100%.
earlier. If you lose to Iowa, who they churn out NFL talent. I see every time I watch an NFL.
10 players on the big board of Mel Kiper right
but
now.
I couldn't tell you one player on the roster, to be honest. I couldn't tell you. If I'm being honest, I'm a football guy, but if they lose this game, turn up the heat on Harbaugh's seat, and I think that could spiral downward for these guys.
I'm going with Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes 100%. Last college football game to go over: Auburn, Florida, SEC battle.
Love it.
College game day. Who's Corso gonna pick? I'm going to tell you right now, he's going with the Auburn Tigers. He's going with the freshman Bo Nix. The kid just knows how to win games. I got a little Tebow vibe from him. He throws for 100 yards, but the kid pours out wins. He converts the big third down at Texas A&M in College Station. Just knows how to win. He pulled out the Oregon game. I'm going with the Tigers. I think the Gators are good, but I don't think they're ready. Just like always, Dan Mullen's team will not win the big game.
No, totally agree. Couldn't agree with you more on this one, actually, which I'm, probably for pod purposes, I should probably not agree with you. But
it's just, it's almost a foregone conclusion. Yeah,
look at what Auburn did. They went into, who knows if A&M is talented. They're like fake talented. I don't really know what to think of A&M. You go to A&M and you just smash with a freshman quarterback, Bo Nix.
How long has A&M been in the SEC?
Since 2011?
They're still not understanding how SEC football is played. I mean, it's sad.
No, exactly. You caught lightning in a bottle. You got Johnny Manziel for a year, and then what have you done?
Nothing.
Is that win impressive? I don't know, but they went in there. They smashed them. They've got Florida this weekend. Yeah. I'm going Auburn.
Tigers big. NFL, let's run through these games quick here.
Love it.
Packers, Cowboys. Who do you got?
Oh, man, I don't know. Love the Cowboys. Love them. I think they're the favorite going into this one, but I just feel a little Aaron Rodgers magic.
100%. I'm going Rodgers.
Really?
He last time he was in Dallas, it was not fun for the Cowboys fans. I'm going part 2. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Niners, Browns. Undefeated Niners.
Undefeated Niners with maybe the best looking man in football, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes. This guy.
Coming back from, the knee injury where don't take the hit on the sideline, Jimmy. Just don't do it. You've got Shanahan running the show. I think a true litmus test for the Niners. I think this Browns team is better than, Colin Cowherd.
Advertised, for sure.
Colin Cowherd would give them credit.
Yeah.
But if the Niners win this game, I'd call them pretty legit.
They're legit if they win. I'm having a tough time not going with the Browns. Big win against Baltimore in Baltimore. I think they ride the momentum. I think Soup Kitchens understands the play call, understands what the playbook's going to look like, and Mayfield's going to execute in San Francisco at the West Coast. It's going to be a big day for the Browns.
Love it.
All right.
Bears Raiders.
We got Bears Raiders.
Knock
on wood if you hear me.
This
Come
man
on.
loves Gruden.
I love Gruden. Love the guy. Hard Knocks, amazing show. But
it's probably going to be a game you don't want to tune into.
Don't bet on this one, folks.
If you watched the Bears Vikings last week, you basically wanted to leave the room and go do something else.
Yeah, and I mean, this Bears Raiders ain't going to be better.
I don't think it's going to be that. I like.
Get in the front yard, wash the car,
yeah.
Pick the weeds, do what you can, but stay away from this game. I'm going Raiders by 3 in a close game.
Yeah, I'll go opposite you there. I think Chase Daniel, the career backup who's made like $100 million being a backup quarterback.
What a life!
Yeah, what a life. Not bad. I think he gets the job done against a Raiders team that's kind of if and or I don't know
whatever they are.
I don't know what
we don't know.
Moving on to the next one though, Vikings Giants. a young Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes.
Call him Danny Dimes. Call him by the name. Everyone absolutely shit on this guy.
My gosh.
When he was drafted. And he looks pretty good.
He looks pretty good. That's what I'm gonna say after 2 games. He looks pretty good. The kid's talented. He's got an arm. I love his demeanor. Vikings. Did you see them?
We talked about it earlier.
I mean, we talked about it earlier. We're gonna just. I'm at a loss for words. I'm going Giants. Giants big, 14 points, 2 touchdowns. Dimes throws for 3 touchdowns and 300 yards and shreds the Vikings defense. It's going to be a big game for the Giants.
I could go opposite you here. I think the Vikings are going to control the line of scrimmage. I think it's maybe a Dalvin Cook, a standard game for him. What is it? He's leading the league in rush yards.
Yeah.
I think it might be 250 on the ground for him and a couple TDs. But I don't know. I don't think that Giants team is that
bold
good.
Prediction.
Yeah, maybe.
Producer Sam going to write that one down?
Call it bold.
I don't know.
Maybe this is recording, right? So call me on it next week.
All right.
But
there you have it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. It's a lot of fun. We think it's going to be fun.
We're going to make it as fun as we can. But, this is a pod for the people, and we're here to provide the best content we can. So
we are obviously, we have the greatest sports stakes, I think, between the two of us, and have absolutely no prior knowledge, no D1 athletes here. We've got good takes. Tune in each week. Appreciate you guys.
Listen in on Wednesday mornings. Follow us on Instagram. Look who's talking.